Progressive presents an interview with your upstairs neighbor.
Hey, it's Rick from upstairs. Yeah, I take it seriously. When I play R&B at 1 in the morning, that's me saying, hey, I'm here for you. And I enjoy repetitive bass lines. I only use expired batteries in my smoke detectors. Nice, right? Yeah, upstairs neighbors help people forget their troubles. Give them something else to focus on. Ooh, want to see how high I can jump?
Progressive can't save you from your upstairs neighbor.
No, wait, let me try again.
But we can save you money when you bundle renters and auto insurance with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving.
I don't wanna take advice from fools.
You always won every time you placed a bet.
Money, that's what I want.
Alrighty, folks, it is 11 a.m. in the East, including Delaware and New Jersey, where, thank goodness, you can now bet legally. Just go up to the window and place a bet. My native state of New Jersey, and of course you are on the right side of most of your picks because you're inclined to Joe Duffy's picks. 9-3 NFL explosion. You've seen the closing line value's been ridiculous. 2 NFL winners for Sunday, 8 Major League Baseball, led by a wise guy play. Plus you're going to have a couple ESPN winners for tonight at offshoreinsiders.com. Now, we do want to take a look at your odds and some news and notes, most importantly. And of course these odds are brought to you by mybookie.ag, where you get a 50% sign-up bonus if
Gambler knows.
All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Did something goofy. Not even sure what the bleep I did there to get that music playing again. But you know that's the live simulcast. Funny things happen. All right, yeah. And truthfully, you want to know what? The number one, well, maybe the number 2 reason I'm not on camera is it's a little easier to multitask, where I don't look like a goofball doing that, but I guess hit the wrong button. And, truth is I don't want to always shower before these, although I am showered now, TMI. All right, mybookie.ag promo code Duffy shows your support for this free information. The Bengals and the Bills, you can see Buffalo 2.5 with a total of 40.5. Rookie Josh Allen gets the start at quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. He's completed only 56% of his passes, 5.5 yards per attempt. Remember, that was, the question mark against him in college. This draft pick kind of baffled me, to be honest with you. He wasn't a winner in college. He had some trouble with his accuracy. I know I've been pretty critical of Sam Darnold, but I think Josh Allen is going to be a bust as well. A.J. McCarron, who is battling for the quarterback job in Cincinnati, is questionable after a shoulder injury. Actually, we're now told that he'll probably be held out as a precaution. It was originally thought to be a much more serious injury. Tyler Eifert, though, the Bengals tight end, may play his first game in 347 days. If he does play, it's going to be sparingly, so he's not going to play the usual dress rehearsal minutes. But when healthy, he can be one of the better tight ends in the game. 56% of the bets and 44% of the money on Buffalo. And again, feel free to check in and tell us what you're watching on, especially if you're watching us outside the country. I'm really interested in that because we're making a little bit of push to get some clients from outside the U.S. as well and some viewers, and we're going to do a little bit more of an advertising push even in the next week or so. But especially if you're outside the USA, please say hi to us. And I think about 8-9% of my customers are outside the U.S., and I do appreciate that. Of course, I appreciate all my fellow Americans as well. The Cardinals and the Cowboys, of course, Cole Beasley had 36 receptions last year for 75 the previous season. He's been downgraded to questionable, and that's all right. I mean, look, Cowboys are going to sit out most of their stars. Fellow wide receiver Tavon Austin, questionable. Zach Martin, their offensive line, the Cowboys' offensive line is ravaged by injuries. Of course, star quarterback Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott are out. This really isn't uncommon at all as far as the Cowboys. The star quarterback Dak Prescott and running back Zeke Elliott, as we said, they're out. Arizona's top 2 quarterbacks Sam Bradford and first-rounder Josh Rosen will get more snaps, but they'll be throwing to a thin group of wide receivers. 73% of the bets and 84% of the money is on Arizona. And Dallas did go from -3 to +2.5 for reasons that we did state. And let's see. We do see Australia. I apologize. So is that Australia NC Fire? AS. I'm not sure what that stands for. Oh, the A's. All right. Yeah. Somebody. I see that somebody. Kevin Rathnam thought he was. For a second, I looked up one of my well-known chefs in Atlanta is Kevin Rathburn. I'm like, oh wow, cool. But still, yeah. Thank you for the feedback. And then I see NC Fire answered the question. I thought he was telling me which country he's from, but Kevin asked the A's or the Twins, which one is the favorite? Well, again, Kevin, thank you for the question. Again, let's see. MyBookie.ag, they are, of course, oh, that's right. I'm just hitting the wrong button, confusing the screen. But yeah, MyBookie.ag, you can get all the betting lines there. So thank you for the question. And again, they do sponsor our videos and podcasts, as well as offshoreinsiders.com. And there you can see your baseball odds right there, including on the Twins and the Oakland Athletics. And it is, very close to a pick 'em there. If you're betting on Oakland, you're getting back just 100, so it's even money. Minnesota laying 120. So yeah, always use one of our sports books at offshoreinsiders.com. Every single one of them is thoroughly vetted and proved, just like our sports picks. Nick, yeah, NFL is hot. Yeah, that's fair enough. Nick Nosti, he's telling us that NFL is hot, yes, and baseball is not. Well, we'll check that baseball record. Yeah, the baseball record recently hasn't been very good. Check our FAQ as far as talking about losses. We directly answer that question. And as you know, Nick, it's been a spectacular year for us in Major League Baseball. Not a spectacular past few days, but we're having still, despite that, a historic year in Major League Baseball. But yeah, that is accurate. NFL has been great, but Major League Baseball over the past few days has been so-so. But that's all right. 30 years of winning, and we're going to have another winning day today in all likelihood. But as far as talking about losers, go to offshoreinsiders.com and click on the FAQ. We do address that thoroughly. And basically this, when you're a loser, you talk about winners. Winners talk about winners. And we accentuate the positive. We've got a lot more positive things to talk about at offshoreinsiders.com than we have negative things. That's why I've been in this business full-time since June 1st, 1988, and was working in college for Dial Sports. I've been in this business for 30-something years. Yes, NC Fire, we actually have covered that, but all this stuff is available on demand. And again, go to offshoreinsiders.com. We are, I do want to add these to the broadcast. Got to remember that. Yes, we have covered those, but it's available on demand wherever you're watching it on. It looks like you're watching on YouTube. So yeah, you can watch this on YouTube, and you can also go to offshoreinsiders.com, top of the page. This is simulcast on quite a few platforms. And all this stuff is not only live, but on demand. That's why we're committed, by the way. I'll mention this. Again, we're committed to doing Sunday's NFL 10 a.m. Eastern live during the regular season. College football and the other days, we're kind of debating because, look, we still notice, and I do appreciate those of you who are responding and watching live, still it looks like most of our viewers do come on demand than live, and maybe for college football might wind up doing something, on a Friday to give a chance for the search engines and whatnot, and to give a little bit more leeway to watch it. So we're still experimenting as to what is the best time for that. Now, we do have a free pick. A free pick. The White Sox and Kopech minus 113 against Detroit and Zimmerman. The White Sox are your pick. Bad favorites off of a win under very specific circumstances that do apply today are plus 152.65 units. And that does apply today. And, had two of the best weeks of my life. Took a nice 2-week trip with my son. We saw this kid Kopech pitch in the Futures game in Washington, D.C. Saw Chase Utley's last game in Philadelphia. So nothing like taking a trip with one of your kids. And I do have 3 kids, but it was nice to get some one-on-one time. We had a blast. We saw this kid pitch in the Futures game, but there's nothing to do with it. Not biased because of that, but bad favorites off a win, plus 152.65 units. You were planning on betting the Bills to win? Well, NC Fire, check offshoreinsiders.com for those details. But again, thank you. And there you go, my allergies. Brutal allergies. Managed to get through most of the broadcast before choking almost literally. But join us again. Let's see. We got to check the schedule. There are some games Thursday, and I'll probably visit offshoreinsiders.com. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Offshore Insider. Note, because of the character limitations, there's no S at the end. It's at Offshore Insider. Like I said, I think on the non-NFL Sundays when I do these, I'm going to do it a little bit earlier to give time for the on-demand viewers, but we really establish a following in the NFL doing this live. So certainly, one thing is etched in stone every Sunday during the NFL season, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. As far as other days, maybe a little bit earlier in the day, but thanks for joining us, and visit offshoreinsiders.com for the best sports books and for the best handicappers. Most of them go back to 1980s. And thank you, Nick, as he said, yes, we've been at this a long time. I've been in this business, like I said, more than 30 years, going back to the score phones. And yeah, Nick, fairly, that was true. He accurately called me out. Baseball has not been good recently. But the NFL, we continue to develop systems. I mean, we say this at the beginning of every year, but refined some systems, acquired some new systems via trade, and even bought some systems. So this is going to be another spectacular system, another spectacular year in football. Some proven systems, some new ones. We also realize that our software, one of the software packages that we use, when two systems go head-to-head, we can see how that does. And if we find out it really leans one way, then we can strengthen a system by eliminating when the conflicting information applies. And that has led to a gold mine. And I will say this. One of the reasons I guess it's exactly 365 days. Tomorrow will be the one-year anniversary of when I began one of the great runs in sports betting history. The recent baseball run notwithstanding, look, we have slumps. Of course we have slumps. The winning streaks always have and always will outnumber the losing streaks. But one of the turning points is I decided when theories clearly cross sports, I weigh them heavier. I don't go purely by units 1 and ROI. That's very important. But basic theories about regression to the mean and when teams will overact, and everybody knows about my famous bubble burst theory. When these clearly apply in multiple sports, I now weigh them heavier, and that's among the reasons why, for the first 29 years in the business, I was the best. And over the last year, and I mean exactly a year because this will be day 365. It started on the 27th, I think, of last year. But anyway, promises made, promises delivered. Yes, now that we really weigh systems that apply across sports, weigh them more heavily, we've gotten even better. So visit us at offshoreinsiders.com for the best sports picks. And keep in mind, the Master Lock line goes back even before I do. Goes back to my early high school days. There I go, revealing my age. But the Master Lock line goes back to winning since 1980.
It's a new year, and with T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan with eligible iPhone trade-in.
So I can FaceTime with my sister in Savannah.
That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on every plan. All on America's 5G leader in coverage. T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and a new line plus tax. If you cancel credit, stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us for well-qualified buyers. Qualifying consumer plan required. See coverage and offer details at T-Mobile.com.